Immunological memory. What is immunological memory? It's the ability to remember a foreign antigen or pathogen and produce greater magnitude and the faster immunological response upon re-exposure to the same antigen. Let us see in the picture how it works. First is the bacterium on its surface an antigen enters the body, then recognized by B lymphocyte. The B lymphocyte and the antigen on the surface of the bacterium will be recognized by helper T cells. The B cells, after exposure to the antigen, will develop a specific antigen called MHC2 that will react with or recognized by a T cell receptor. This process will result in the production of many a process of producing so many memory cells and plasma cells. This is called immunological memory. If the body is exposed again to the same antigen, the response will be greater many times in magnitude and faster to the pathogen, resulting in an immune response that eliminates the pathogen. Even the person will not feel that he was infected. In case of gonorrhea, there is no such immunological memory. Why in gonorrhea there is no immunological memory? Genital organs in the male, and this is the red one, is the section. We shall enlarge it to see the lumen of the urethra. Gonococci enter the lumen. From the lumen will to penetrate the mucous membranes lining the lumen. Gonococci penetrate the epithelial cells where they start a process of inflammatory response. Also, they can ascend through the urethra using their villi to move up from the urethra to other organs like the prostate and the bladder in an ascending movement through the mucous membranes. Blood comes to the area due to the inflammatory response carrying its elements of the immune components like neutrophils and the lymphocytes that produce antibodies. Neutrophils will ingest the gonococci while lymphocytes will produce the antibodies required to destroy the gonococci. An inflammatory response starts in the area that will become back with immunological cells and elements like lymphocytes, neutrophils, and antibodies. Let's take a section of the infected area, pull it down to see the details of this immunological process involving lymphocytes and neutrophils. Lymphocytes will produce antibodies that attack the pathogen, and the neutrophils will ingest the gonococci. So the immunological response has two components. One antibody mediated, A, and the other is cellular mediated by neutrophils that ingest the gonococci. A, antibodies, B, cellular by the neutrophil or other immune related cells. These transactions take place inside the cell in the mucous membranes in the urethra. The outcome of this inflammatory response is destruction of the cells that infected, resulting in pus that comes out the urethra in the form of discharge. This is the first step of the immunological response against gonococci. Second step in immunological response is to develop immunological memory, which is correct for other bacteria but not for gonorrhea. How immunological memory develop for other bacteria but not for gonorrhea? Memory B cells has OBA receptors after first exposure. Then now there is second exposure or re-exposure of the bacteria. The bacteria will be attacked by memory B cells that have OBA receptors, resulting in an immunological response that is greater and faster to the extent that the pathogens will be eliminated immediately without causing any disease. But in gonorrhea, no memory can develop for gonorrhea. How? After first exposure, there are plenty of memory B cells with OPA receptors. Gonococci will reinfect or new infection. Gonococci has a technique. They develop a surface antigen called OPA protein. This OPA protein will bind the OPA receptors and block it. Blocking OPA receptors renders the immunological memory ineffective, saving the gonococci able to cause a new disease. That's why vaccination for gonococci is not available till now.